4 properties. As far as the third one is completely unique. So in the next video, we will go through it in detail. For now, please note there are 3 subcategories as far as i'rab is concerned. And ismun can be rafa, or it can be nasab, or it can be jar. Rafa, nasab and jar. Just note those 3 words now for now, inshallah. Don't worry about their meanings, etc. at this stage. Now, in order to make life easy in our study, particularly in the first 10, 12 lessons, inshallah, until we memorize this terminology, I'm going to use short form throughout the notes and through on the screen as well. So please make a note of them, inshallah. First of all, for definite, we will use D. For indefinite, we will use I. For masculine, we will use M, italic. And for feminine, we'll use F. And for singular, we use S. For dual, we use D. And plural, we will use P. And then for rafa, we're going to use R. For nasab, we're going to use N. And for jar, we're going to use J. Also, I'll be introducing the arrows, which you can see here. Rafa with the arrow pointing upwards, and nasab with an arrow pointing sideways, and jar with the arrow pointing or pulling down. Rafa, nasab, or jar. These are the 3. And I'll explain why these arrows, inshallah, what they mean. But this will help us writing a lot of notes on the screen. It'll save a lot of time when it comes to identification and, of course, noting it down. So if you use these short forms from now on in your own notebooks, inshallah, you'll be able to make progress. So this is just a layout of the map of the 4 properties of an ism. And inshallah, reference point to the book is given at the left-hand corner, which you can see. Please make a note of these very, very important categories map. This is going to help you, inshallah ta'ala, progress very quickly. So looking at definiteness again, there are only 2 possibilities. Either an ismun will be ma'rifatun, definite, or nakiratun, indefinite. So if you look at the word examples I've given you on the screen here, we have al-kitabu, the book. Of course, that is definite because it is referring to specifically to the book. Hamidun is, of course, definite, specific. It is a proper noun. London, specific, because it's talking about the capital city of the United Kingdom. It's a specific city, a specific place. Huwahi, specific. Why? Because when you use pronouns, use them instead of proper nouns. You're referring to somebody specific. Hada, this, again, specific, because pointing to something specific. As far as book is concerned, a book, kitabun, that is non-specific, so it is indefinite. Books, indefinite. Ayman, rajulun, indefinite. And madinatun, a city, could be any city. So this subject of which ism or which ismun is definite, which is not definite, inshallah, is going to be studied in detail in the next lesson, lesson number 2. Please note that, inshallah, and I'll share with you. It is a very easy subject. Only 7 categories of ismun are definite, and inshallah, you'll note them down in the next lesson. So definiteness, every ismun will be definite or indefinite, and you need to know how to identify the definiteness, and inshallah ta'ala, we'll cover that in the next lesson. Every ismun in Arabic will also have the property of gender. Either it will be masculine or feminine. If you look at the examples I've given you on the screen, inshallah ta'ala, huwa, he, of course, it will be masculine. He or she will be feminine. So you can see that here, that is relatively easy. He or she. But a word like ayah, ayatun, or Qur'anun, al-Qur'anu, the Quran, or ayatun, a sign, any sign, or miracle, or a unit of Quran. Madrasatun, a school. Misru, Egypt, etc. These are all feminine words. On the other side, we have he, we have Quran. Kitabun, book, is masculine. Mosque is masjidun, is also masculine. So how do you know which word, how to treat it, masculine or feminine? This subject, inshallah ta'ala, will be taught in lesson number 3. And inshallah ta'ala, there I'll share with you a map which you can follow to identify the gender, the grammatical gender of any word that you're likely to come across in your studies. So this will be covered in lesson number 3. The gender, either masculine or feminine. And please note the terminologies, mudhakkarun and muannathun. Again, as I said, at this stage, you don't necessarily need to memorize. So it's either it will be masculine or it will be feminine. As far as number of an ismun is concerned, it can be singular, dual, or plural. So take the example of the word pen. I have here a pen. Qalamun. But if I wanted to say 2 pens in Arabic, qalamani, and these are, here you can see it here, 2 pens. But there is no specific word that you can see, only one word, qalamani. There is no word TWO, there is no equivalent needed there, because the word qalamani means 2 pens. And of course the plural of that is aqlamun, pens. So a word can be singular, dual, or plural. I've given them other examples on the screen. We have muslimun, muslimani for 2 Muslims, muslimuna for plural, meaning 3 or more Muslims. And the same thing with book and other words you can do, inshallah. And we're going to learn how to do that in lesson number 4. So in lesson number 4, we're going to look at the standard singular, dual, and plurals. And in lesson number 6, we're going to study what's called a broken plural. Lesson number 6, inshallah. So as far as number is concerned, there are 3. Singular, mufradun. Jam'un for plural, 3 or more. And we have muthanna for dual. This is the number and the subcategories, the property of number in Arabic. Let's conclude this short video by reviewing what we have covered so far as far as the 4 properties of an ism are concerned. Number 1, we looked at there are 4 properties of an ismun, and they are definiteness, gender, number, and i'rab. Definiteness, gender, number, and i'rab, the 4 properties. Please remember that. As far as definiteness is concerned, 2 options. Either it will be specific, i.e. definite, which is known as ma'rifatun in Arabic, or it will be indefinite, nakiratun. And then we have gender. Again, we only have 2 options. Either it will be masculine, which is mudhakkarun, or mu'annathun, which is feminine. Number, on the other hand, we have 3 options. We have either it will be singular, which is mufradun, plural, which is 3 or more, jam'un, or dual, which is muthanna. And then for i'rab, which is a mystery for us, is something new we have not learned. As far as English speakers are concerned, inshallah, we'll pick up in the second video, which will be a part of this lesson. And it will either be rafa, raf'un, or it will be nasbun, or it will be jarrun. These are the 3 options. Please note, don't worry about the terminology. We will use short form. D for definite, I for indefinite, M for masculine, F for feminine, and singular, S, D, and P, dual and plural. And for rafa, we're going to use up arrow or R. For nasab, straight arrow or N. And for jar, we'll use J. That's all you need to note for now. Please don't be frightened. Just make a note of this. This is absolutely critical for us to understand make any progress in understanding any Arabic text. And that is why I brought this right at the beginning. So inshallah ta'ala, we can go and look at more complex text very soon. So in summary, in lesson number 2, we're going to look at definiteness. Lesson number 3, we're going to look at gender. Lesson number 4, we're going to look at number. And lesson 1, which is the second part of the video, inshallah, we're going to look at the i'rab or rafa, nasab, and jar. This will give you the foundation knowledge in order for you to be able to tackle the map of Arabic that I mentioned to you. That every word in Arabic is either an ismun, fi'lun, or harfun. And we're going to begin our study with the ismun. And they combine together to form sentences. And there are only 2 types of sentences in Arabic: jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya. Jumla ismiya begins with an ismun. Jumla fi'liya begins with a fi'lun. And without knowing the 4 properties of an ism, you will not be able to recognize, nor understand, nor translate any jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya. Of course, the same is counted for the phrases. There are many different types of phrases, but the 5 that we need to learn are descriptive, pointing, prepositional, possessive, and conjunctional phrases. So we're going to use the first 4 lessons to look at the 4 properties. We're going to continue to develop the understanding of i'rab in lesson number 7. And from lesson number 8 and 9, we'll cover the prepositional phrase. 10 and 11 will give us the possessive phrase, and pointing phrase we'll do at lesson number 12. And descriptive phrase, inshallah, we'll pick up from lesson number 3. And jumla ismiya, we're going to pick up from next lesson, inshallah, lesson number 2. So you can see a very structured program. All I need you to do is follow the lessons, inshallah ta'ala, and you will be able to pick up all of this relatively easily, inshallah. That's it. That's the end of the video. I make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives our mistakes, rewards us for all the good that we do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us our efforts in learning Arabic to understand Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open the Quran for us all every single day of our lives and make it easier and easier for all of us to understand Quran. Please like, share and subscribe, and inshallah ta'ala I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.